Mr. Easterlin, I believe you're going to present to us the 2017 Corporate Operating Plan.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to basically provide a high-level overview of the information that was presented last month during this meeting, and also in the COP information that you received in a much more detailed level. In summary, the budget itself is a $1.1 billion budget. You can see the major categories included in the budget on the pie chart in front of you. The first area is fuel and purchase power at $291.5 million. That represents 25, almost 26% of the budget. Non-fuel O&M is $329.4 million, which is 29% of the budget. Debt service and other expenses come in at $139.5 million, which is 12.3%. For those of you not familiar with debt service, this is basically the mortgage payment for the district. This pays back the investors who have loaned us money so that we can build the infrastructure to serve all of our customers. And so with a mortgage payment, you pay that back over time. We do the same thing with our debt obligations. Payment in lieu of taxes, $33.9 million. This represents the payments that we make to the cities and the counties in which we have retail sales. As I said, 2.9% of the total budget. Capital expenditures, $134.7 million. This is 11.9% of the budget. This is one area this year we worked really hard to try to reduce, prioritize, change the way we evaluate capital projects to make sure we're doing the highest value, the work to maintain safe, reliable operations. This allows us to basically continue to expand and replace the system without the need for additional borrowings, which helps meet our rate commitment. The rate stabilization, $15.5 million at 1.4%. This account allows us to take any funds that we may have available that we can manage to set aside into a savings account for the day in which we have an unexpected event like a revenue shortfall or unexpected expense. This just protects us so that we don't have to come back and ask for something from our customers that we weren't planning to. And then last but not least, nuclear decommissioning, $189.2 million, which is 16.7% of the budget for 2017. As you are aware, the budget, preparation, process, assumptions used, standards included have been reviewed by New Gen Strategies and Solutions. They are a consulting engineer firm. They have reviewed our processes. You have a copy of their letter at your disposal, and you can look at or review the statement that's made in their report that the expenditures anticipated by the district are reasonable and are the type that would be expected by a utility following prudent utility practices. So in summary, our mission, provide affordable, reliable, environmentally sensitive energy services to our customers, which we also know as Strategic Directive 1A. The budget itself, the corporate operating plan, is aligned to our mission, and it also supports several other strategic directives, specifically SD2. Rates remain below the regional and national average. Here, we're not recommending a rate change or a rate increase as a result of the corporate operating plan. So this supports maintaining competitive rates. Expenditures sufficient to maintain system reliability, SD4, with the level of expenditures approved, including the capital expenditures and the prioritization process. We focus on system reliability and safety during that process. And then renewable resources generate 30% of retail energy. As you know, we have a new wind project coming online in 2000. Well, it's actually online today, but we'll be taking the output of that in 2017. For the year, we're expecting renewable energy to basically comprise 33% of our total generation for retail. When we get toward the end of the year and we've had a full year and that facility is fully operational, we're expecting that to equal almost 34% of retail sales. As always, we look for continuous improvement opportunities, whether we're managing our decommissioning schedule, looking at the way we optimize or minimize O&M expenditures. We're prioritizing capital, as I mentioned earlier, and then we're identifying and trying to mitigate risk. The risk are those items that occur that are unexpected that cause us not to be able to achieve our goals. And so our eye is on trying to identify those and mitigate them. Public notice and comment process. This information, as I mentioned earlier, was presented last month during this meeting on November 17th. It is also being presented today as a reminder of what we talked about last month. It's been shared with the media and has been reported in newspaper, television, radio, and it's also been available for public view on the OPPD website.